Initially, I wasn't going to comment, wasn't going to say too much, if anything at all. But then suddenly, things played out the way they did. And so now, I come with my 2 cents on the event that took place this past Saturday, October 28th, from Saudi, where the WBC heavyweight champion decided to take on an opponent that has never fought professionally before, Francis Ngannou, a fighter who has come from the world of mixed martial arts. And so this fight was actually sanctioned by the WBC, but Fury's titles weren't on the line. Let's talk about what happened here and what may be taking place in the near future. Boxing, the theater of the unexpected. And we've seen and said this many times over. And it doesn't get old. It remains as polished as new leather shoes. And so this past Saturday, October 28th, we got a chance to see the WBC heavyweight champion finally enter the ring again, though it wasn't against whom we would like to see, a legitimate contender, the other heavyweight champion who happens to be unified. Someone. But with the selection that he had, he comes out and he faces a fighter from MMA. So the title of this video is the WBC. Is this your king? Tyson Fury has really made the people have their fill of him with his antics, his sound bites, his mischievous acts that have gone unaddressed, unacknowledged. And so here we stand once again. This man has come into boxing and he's taken on everything that nobody gives a darn about. This fight against Francis Ngannou from Saudi was something that would be a novelty act where he could gain as much of a bag as possible. Historical. Because the Saudis want to bring big time boxing to their area, their region, and they want the most quality of fighters to participate, and they will compensate them well. But this particular champion, Tyson Fury, doesn't represent in the way that the sport would benefit. The only benefit would be his bank account. Now, you take a fighter like Francis Ngannou, who comes from the world of mixed martial arts, does his best over there to show that he is head and shoulders above his contemporaries in that sport, looking for the opportunity to stick his foot in the heavyweight division of boxing. Though a skilled fighter and well versed at what he does, he'd never boxed professionally. So coming into this fight, you can pretty much say he was a novice. Still a fighter, but had never laced him up professionally. So what we have is a fighter in Tyson Fury who was truly looking for the money grab. And that's exactly what happened. He grabbed his pot in this fight, but he didn't put on a good show. Fury did not look very good at all. He opened this fight coming out against Ngannou, throwing one of the wildest, biggest right hands I've ever seen him throw in a fight. Looking to take the novice out. But because Ngannou is a fighter, he withstood that opening onslaught by Fury and began his game plan, which was to make Fury come to him. Wise. Because had Ngannou sought Fury out, it would have given Fury the luxury of utilizing the talents that he have, which is movement, hand speed, the ability to use his extremities of his long reach. But Ngannou wisely made Fury have to come after him. It totally changed things, to the degree that Fury even turned southpaw during this fight. If you're the heavyweight champion of the world, why are you worried about turning southpaw? The only thing I can see in that is you're uncomfortable with what's happening. And boy, did Ngannou make Fury uncomfortable in this fight. Being every bit as strong as Fury at the heavyweight division, but what most don't understand about Ngannou with his martial arts background, the ability to deal with leverage, balance, and power, strength in balance, is something that martial artists work on consistently. It's a lot different from boxing because footwork is different in martial arts, mixed martial arts. So, certain advantages that Fury enjoyed before would not serve him in this fight one iota. Ngannou had strength and power behind his blows, and Fury, who at times tried to use a stiff jab that was being parried by Ngannou, believe it or not, found himself actually losing rounds against Francis. Something that was not thought to be. Most experts had picked Fury to have this over with within 6 rounds or so. Some people even marveled that Fury come into the fight not in the best shape. He did come in Fury shape, which is round, rotund, not in the least bit admirable. And in coming in that way, he let us in on something that we didn't expect. In the 3rd round, Ngannou was able to counter Fury and put him down in the fight. Fury was hurt. Ngannou was pleased with himself. To put the heavyweight champion of the world down in your first professional fight, lacing him up for the first time, the baddest man on the planet. What exuberating feeling will go through Ngannou and give him the confidence that the way he was battling was correct. So, where does that leave Tyson Fury? The enigmatic fighter who always has something to say, right? Even when you don't ask. Personally, I think he should go away. The talk about the fight being signed to face Alexander Usyk next, I think was a ploy to sell this fight more. And they did their job because it looked like there were a number of noted personalities there to witness this event. But they also witnessed the flaws of Tyson Fury. Alexander Usyk, an Olympian, former undisputed cruiserweight champion, and now unified heavyweight champion, having conquered 2-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua twice, has been seeking a battle and showdown against Fury for all the marbles for the past couple of years. Fury has avoided that, instead taking on the likes of Dillian White, Derek Chisora, and now Mr. Ngannou. What that tells me is he's not necessarily looking for the best or to be the best. Like most cheaters, he's looking to do the snatch and grab. But Mr. Ngannou brought something on this night that most weren't prepared to see. Against this novice, Fury eked out a split decision. Most observers were crapping their pants because the fight was so close. Many feel that Ngannou should have gotten a decision, and he didn't. The WBC, the judges on this night, kept the title out of the hands of Francis Ngannou, who clearly outclassed Tyson Fury on this night. Fury was battered and bruised about the face. That so-called elusiveness, that so-called newfound crunk power never showed its face. But Francis Ngannou showed his. And he showed that he may very well belong in the heavyweight division. And convince someone like myself that maybe Fury doesn't. And there's a reason why Fury hasn't wanted to take on the other quality contenders in the division. Because you can only fool the masses so many times. And the rope is now short. It's time for those belts to see new ownership from both he and Usyk, because neither man is built to last, not in this division, when some of the up and coming talent is very threatening. But I want to take my hat off to Francis Ngannou, who showed up and showed out. This gentleman, if he wants to hang around the heavyweight division, may find himself opportunities, fruitful opportunities. And I can't blame a man for trying. But as far as Tyson Fury, we've had our fill. And I believe he's had his as well. So the WBC, you may want to take this advice. If Fury doesn't fight Usyk in his next bout, strip the title. Have a couple of these young contenders fight for it. And one of those men, the winner, face Usyk for undisputed. The con man's game is up. And we've seen it's run its gamut. And I don't think the public really wants to see much more of this. So you do well to move forward. The belts over the past few years have changed hands, like people change socks. So it's not a big deal, but it's something to consider. What do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Salute to Francis Ngannou, being a straight up man and individual and going out there having a game plan and representing yourself, your family, and your sport as best as can be. Take my hat off to you. I salute you. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.